I was so much inspired. Just a while ago, before we started it, I even asked Brother Emre to send me the link, and right away I shared with our brothers and sisters in Southeast Asia, and I sent them their
Mashallah,
videos.
mashallah.
We have 25 madrasas, schools in Philippines, in
Mashallah, can you
Mindanao.
please clap for that first
Yeah.
of all?
And I said, look at these kids. They are now public speakers. They speak hundreds of times better than I do. And they inspired me a lot. I hope this will be an example for many
Inshallah.
parts of the world, including Turkey, Philippines, Southeast Asia. And you will be an inspiration for many kids to follow your footsteps. Thank you very much for these initiatives. You are doing a great job. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you thousands of times.
Mashallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. Okay, it's yet another exciting session of the Islamic Public Speakers Academy, and basically the Public Speakers Academy. Yes, we are having the 5th session, and yeah, we are very excited to have very many people following, subscribing, and don't forget, it is live at .NET Hub here at Salama Road, located near Chirudu Hospital. And yes, we say, when you have the passion for anything, you can get the motivation here. Now, before I even say anything, last time I was surprised about a comment that I got. It was about one of the misses. Here we have Mariam. Someone said, yeah, I've never seen a motivating Somali lady like Mariam. And I told them that she's just a young girl, but she's motivated. So Sister Mariam, you're motivating other people there on YouTube. Eh? You slide in and you see how people are commenting about your video. Huh? You feel motivated, right? So I have very many people that we have been joined by, people coming from different institutions, people of different professions. I have leaders of institutions. I have people from different countries. And yes, they have decided to join us and see that maybe we can share something. But I would like to first of all request that they introduce themselves and tell us about themselves. And after that, we shall be getting next to our session of today. And don't forget, today's session is the 6th session. 6th session. Yes, last time we had the 5th one, and yes, these are just training sessions, but we promise that when we come for the scrutinizing of students as we have here, we shall have a grand competition, and trust me, it will be very splendiferous, alluring, splendid, colorful, and yes, it will be very marvelous. Brother, I request that you introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners.
Okay, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
My name is Mehmet Reza Derinda. I am a professor of international relations, and I teach a couple of universities in Turkey, and I work for humanitarian aid organization, international humanitarian NGO. It's called CARE, International Association for Aid and Development, and we have been establishing schools in Africa, and we are very happy to be in Uganda because we are building the biggest project in Africa here in the heart of Kampala. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and it's so inspiring, motivating to be with these bright kids, to see the future of Africa. Very, very promising. So I'm so happy for this initiative. I'm so happy to be here. Jazakallah al-khair.
MashaAllah.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Brother Emre.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Emre. I am from Turkey. I have been living in Uganda 1.5 years. So I work for the same organization, CARE International, based in Turkey, Istanbul. I'm the country representative. And also, I would like to thank you for this initiative. It's very inspiring. Inshallah, it can be duplicated in other countries. So you'll inspire other kids and other people, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Across the world. Jazakallah.
Inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mr. Nyait John, I would love to appreciate the nurturing of these children, seeing values among these children before we realize or create a greater impact in the country. I would also want to welcome, being a Ugandan by nationality, welcome all members who have joined to see that values is lightened or gets spark to all the public to see that these children have really of a bigger impact in the country by exposing and nurturing souls of all those that missed that part. Thank you very much. I'm a teacher by profession, though today the world is full of professions. Today I'm introducing myself as a teacher. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Nambalilwa Sylvia. I'm the director, Institute of Advanced Leadership. We are located in Zambia, Gava Road, opposite the American Embassy. It is an institution that teaches both academic and non-academic. We work with government, institutions, schools, and we empower leaders to positively change society. Actually, what .NET Hub is doing and the Speakers Academy ties in with our mission of empowering leaders to positively change society. I have moved through the different levels of leadership up to a master's in institutional leadership and management with UMI. I'm a Rotarian with Rotary Club of Kampala and Zambia. I'm a mother and I always want to support children and youth. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be with the team and looking forward for the best wishes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The Mrs. here will conclude that part of introduction.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
I'm Justine from the Institute of Advanced Leadership, and I work with an organization called Child Life Network Uganda as the organization manager. I'm so passionate about the young ones. I was so inspired when I came in and found them speaking, and I've really learned a lot already. Thank you for the great work you're doing here. God bless you.
Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jennifer Chahire, a student at Data Mine Technical and Business School, doing journalism and media studies.
Thank you very much. And yeah, that has been part of the introduction. Some of them I already know, I've heard about them, like Mr. Onyait, I've seen books he has been writing, but I've not been able to meet you personally. Then Brother Brazak, I've been hearing, but someone told me it is called Chare, is it right? Chare, yeah. But me, I was reading it care, and someone said it is called Chare, but me, I was saying .care. Okay, before we begin, it is very vital that we begin everything with a prayer, and I request Brother Salim to lead us in a prayer, give us a recitation, so that we can swing into our session of today within a glimpse. Thank you, sir. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون. كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون. ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا وجعلنا نومكم سباتا وجعلنا الليل لباسا وجعلنا النهار معاشا وبنينا فوقكم سبعا شدادا وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا يوم ينفخ في السور فتأتون أفواجا وفتحت السماء فكانت أبوابا وسيرت الجبال فكانت سرابا إن جهنم كانت مرصادا لطاغين مآبا لابثين فيها أحقابا لا يذوقون فيها بردا ولا شرابا إلا حميما وغساقا جزاء وفاقا إنهم كانوا لا يرجون حسابا وكذبوا بآياتنا كذابا وكل شيء أحصيناه كتابا فذوقوا فلن نزيدكم إلا عذابا صدق الله عليه.
Thank you very much. It has been a moment of silence, and we ask God that He blesses our session. Oh God, bless our session and give us ease in everything we do. Enlighten us with knowledge and open our chests to understanding and interpretation of the right and abstaining from what is wrong. Right now, we have to swing into a moment of reading, and this is going to be done by our two brothers from Turkey, and inshallah, Brother Abdurazak is going to lead the reading. I said that kids, when you understand properly what Brother Abdurazak has read, I have a gift for you at the end of the session, and yes, afterwards, he also is going to give another gift to someone who will give the best speech. Is that right? Yeah. And remember, he promised he's going to take you to Turkey. You know, these people are saying, some of them were telling me, I want to take a pic with Brother Emery. They want to be with the Muzungu. When last time, the other session you were here, they're saying, I want to take a pic with Brother Emery. And I told them, no, you just read hard, perform well in class, and you'll be excellent. We shall take them to Turkey. And they've been lots of Bazungus. Some of them want to hold snow. And I told them they will go to Turkey and they will hold snow. Inshallah, isn't that right? Mariam, not so? Inshallah. You're saying they're already excited. Okay, let us begin with the reading, inshallah.
Okay, thank you very much. I think Brother Yasin wants to go to Turkey, that's why he's using the kids.
No.
He's the one who wants to go to Turkey, huh?
No.
I am really very much excited to actually listen the kids, the children. But inshallah, let us start with some readings. But before that, I would like to introduce you Ustad Bediüzzaman Said Nursi. He is one of the scholars of Islam. He wrote 14 volumes of interpretation of the Quran called Rasail al-Nur.
Yes.
So, mashallah, it's a contemporary interpretation, contemporary teaching of the Quran Azim Shan to the people of this age. He's using a very wonderful methodology of teaching Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our creator, our purpose in life, prophethood of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Those are the things that is the message of the Quran, which is composed of 4 aims, right? So when we look at the holy books, to the Gospel, Torah, Quran Azim Shan, from Adam to Prophet Muhammad, Jesus, Moses, Abraham, all of them, all the prophets, messengers that has been sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Brother Yasin, all of their messages actually one. That is divine existence of Almighty God, right? It is the existence and divine oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is first. And Ba'su ba'd al-maut, or life after death. Yes. That there is eternal life waiting for us.
Yes.
And the third is, of course, the prophethood. The Quran, the Torah, all the books that has been revealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us about the stories of the prophets. But not just stories, right? Those are the stories that we can take lessons for our daily life, for our family life, for our political life, for our economical life. For our everyday to-day life, we take lessons from the lives of the prophets, from the lives of the messengers of Almighty God. Then the last one is justice and worship. These are the things, these are the 4 issues that has been discussed in the Quran, and Risail Nur is the same. The 2 paragraphs that I would like to share with our listeners and viewers is that it focuses on that one. Every one of us, we will ask ourselves, from the time of, millions of years, if from the time that Adam alayhi salam has been created until today, we should ask ourselves, what am I doing here? Why am I on earth? What is this life? What is this universe? What is my purpose? If I look at in this small room, let's say 50 square meter, 100 square meter room, from cameras to the lights to the chairs to the mics, everything has purpose. How about myself? How about me? What am I for? If Brother Yasin has a beautiful eyeglass, and those eyeglasses has a purpose, what about the eyes of Yasin? If there is a purpose of this watch, how about my body? How about my hands? If those material beings has purpose, from the microscopic things up to the solar system, everything, every single things that I see in front of my eyes, that there is nothing in vain, that there is nothing aimless, that there is nothing without goal, that there is nothing purposeless. How about myself? With my brain, with my intellect, with my soul, with my spirit, with my whole being, that I see everything in the universe is like created as a servant to me. If all those in service to me has purpose, what about myself? We should ask this question, and I will just read the 2 paragraphs, and I leave it to you, what you understand as our purpose. Can I?
Yeah, you can, sir.
Yes. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Introduction. Be certain of this, that the highest aim of creation and its most important result is belief in God. The most exalted rank in humanity and its highest degree is the knowledge of God contained within belief in God. The most radiant happiness and sweetest bounty for jinn and human beings is the love of God contained within the knowledge of God. So, Iman billah, ma'rifatullah, muhabbatullah. Believe in Allah, knowledge of Allah, love of Allah subhanallah wa ta'ala. And the purest joy for the human spirit and the sheerest light for man's heart is the rapture of the spirit contained within the love of God. Yes, all true happiness, pure joy, sweet bounties, and untroubled pleasure lie in knowledge of God and love of God. They cannot exist without them. The true happiness, pure joy, sweet bounties, and untroubled pleasure lies in what? Lies in knowing Almighty Creator, knowing who created us, and knowing why He created us. Right? The person who knows and loves God Almighty, the person who knows and loves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may receive endless bounties, happiness, lights, and mysteries. While the one who does not truly know and love Him is afflicted spiritually and materially by endless misery, pain, and fears. Even if such an impotent, miserable person owned the whole world, it would be worth nothing for him, for it would seem to him that he was living a fruitless life among the vagrant human race in a wretched world without honor or protector. Everyone may understand just how forlorn and baffled is man among the aimless human race in this bewildering, fleeting world if he does not know his owner and if he does not discover his master. But if he does discover and know him, he will seek refuge in his mercy and will rely on his power. The desolate world will turn into a place of recreation and pleasure. It will become a place of trade for the hereafter. my dear brothers and sisters, everything around us has been created in order to serve us. The one who created them in order to be servant to us wants us to serve him. That's why in the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us that man and jinn has been created in order to worship him. The verse says, right?
وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ
وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ
إِلَّا
إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. لِيَعْبُدُونَ means لِيَعْرُفُونَ. Without knowing God, we cannot worship him, right? It starts with belief, then knowledge, then
practice.
Yes, then worship. That's right. Then practice. So God says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Hadith Qudsi, I was a hidden treasure, I wanted to be discovered. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this universe and mankind in it to discover him and to know him and to worship him. That worship and knowledge and belief will open us the eternal blessings, eternal paradise, inshallah ta'ala. This is why we have been created. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I wish more success. And this is, just before I end.
Thank you very much, brother. I've picked a lot from that, but before we take a short break, I picked a statement that says, members, remember I also gave you a task to pick something, but basically, as a trainer, I've already done it. I've picked something. You also have to pick something. So he said, all true happiness, sweet joy, sweet bounties lie in the knowledge of God. And yes, in the basics of Islam, we have al-ilm, al-amalu bihi. What is the third one? Wa-da'watu ilayhi. You see, they also know it already. So they have been reading things you have a clue about, right? Al-ilm, you must first of all know God. Then two, al-amalu bihi. Then after knowing what God says, everything that God says, you must work upon it. Work upon what he says. That is when it is showing the effectiveness. Then third, wa-da'watu ilayhi. You start spreading that knowledge. So you cannot spread what you don't know about and what you don't practice. That is just a disguise. Thank you very much, brother. And he said finally, before we go for a short break, everything around us has been created to serve us. The wind, the sun, the moon, everything. But why is it there? So as we can also serve God. And on the day of judgment, if you don't serve God, those things are going to say, we served you. And why didn't you serve God? So I thank you very much for that. So after a short break, we are going to come back and get words from the director of the Institute of Advanced Leadership. And yes, we shall be very happy to welcome you with a sweet speech, Madam Namba Livia. That's her name, right? Namba Livia. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for that mistake. So let's take a short break and we come back with more amazing stuff. Thank you very much. To this session, this is the fifth session. Yes, I'm sorry for the mistake. It is the fifth session. And we have very many members that joined us in this session. where we say that if you have the passion of public speaking or anything, robotics, business ideas, anything about leadership, already we have the experts in leadership here with us. Sister Sylvia is with us. If you want leadership, you aspire, already we have people who want to be leaders here. But they started by saying they want to be lawyers. And what is pushing them to be lawyers? They want to serve that side. And for her, she wants to be a lawyer. We have Imran wants to be a lawyer. Then we have someone who wants to be an, he will get annoyed when I say astronaut. He wants to be a scientist in space. And I was seeing one time, Brother Emery was posting things about wildlife and space science. So that man, Mukasa, wants to be a scientist in space. And he wants to confirm. And then the astronauts, the explorers of space can come and confirm that, yes, that is the right thing. And then we have Isham, he wants to be a surgeon. Yes, so they have dreams, and they say that dreams without goals are just dreams. Okay, I'm happy to hear that. So, Sister Sylvia, Director, right, of Institute of International, of Advanced Leadership, I think you have something to tell us.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. And maybe to clarify, one of the directors, we are 3. The other one is Mr. Mukasa Abdunasa. He's in the house. Yeah, the dad of Ali. Yeah. Ali is the son of one of the directors, that is Mr. Mukasa Abdunasa. And there's another one called Mr. Lubowa Anthony Francis. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I'm so happy to note that what you are doing, as I said, it ties in with our mission of empowering leaders to positively change society. And I always enjoy quotations. I'm going to say a few things, but tied in quotations. One is to the young ones, first to the team, .NET Hub and Public Speakers Academy. We want to appreciate you so much. A few people can do this, of empowering the young generation. Because without you people, the young generation, we can't talk of sustainability and sustaining what has been put in place. And to the team in .NET Hub, it is always said, like John Maxwell said, that before you ask for the hand to support, to do ABCD, you first have to work with the heart. Work with the heart. So you are working with the hearts of these young children to make sure that they will be the best leaders that they can be. And in leadership, we say, leadership is only about inspiring and motivating others. Also in leadership, we believe that everyone is a leader. Before you lead others, you have to first lead yourself. So we believe you are all leaders, and we are all leaders here. Now, to the young team. As our brother has been telling us here, when you look here in the house, you notice that every one of us was created with a different, unique physique. The reason why we are unique is because each one of us has a unique ability inside ourselves. And it is up to us, and with the help of other people, to identify those unique abilities to be able to serve the world and communities that we live in. So I believe that's what you are doing, and the sky will not even be the limit to you people. Now, the other thing is, tomorrow's harvest is in today's seed. So what you are doing now, a few people want to do this nitty-gritty work of planting the seeds, it is, and waiting. But what you are doing, I just encourage you, please continue. Because tomorrow you'll be harvesting. Already you're harvesting, because you already have people that you are inspiring. And he's promising that if this can go world over, why not? If not, then the other thing to you, when you aim to shoot the moon, even if you fail to shoot the moon, you will shoot the stars. So continue with what you are doing. And lastly, it is about dreams. When you have dreams and you don't put them to actions, you are wasting time. And when you have actions and you don't have dreams, you will also be wasting your time. I just encourage you and keep you keep inspiring and motivating the young ones, and with the help of the team, I believe you'll be the best that you can be. Thank you so much. Salaam alaikum.
It is fine, isn't it fine? Yes, when you say salam, it is fine. Okay, with what she said, she talked about leadership is all about inspiring and motivating others. Yes, you see that you're already motivating others. So when you want to be a good leader, first of all, you must have knowledge. You must study. You go to a school and they give you knowledge. Then number two, an uneducated person behaves different with someone who is not educated. You must practice what you study, right? Then afterwards, you can come and encourage others to do what you have studied. You call them to that truth. Then she said that tomorrow's harvest is today's seeds. Okay? If someone gives you seeds, for example, soya beans or beans, and for you just cook them and eat them, if they give you 1 kilo and for you just cook it, then someone who has planted can get even over 10 kilos after planting them. So right now, don't give up on your dreams. Just keep on going with motivation and encouragement and consistency, okay? And we talked about tenacity last time, right? So don't give up, just keep on going and going and going. Yes, I also wish and request Mr. Onyait to have something to the kids. Already you have a student here, right?
I would really love to appreciate once again the members present here. Because as somebody has just said, that the seeds determine your harvest tomorrow. I also forgot to tell you that I'm the CEO of Christian Educational Shepherds. The Christian basically imparting values of Christianity, biblical principles in children. Educational is to see that these children attain their purpose. As you have said today, those children can easily speak. I would love to be a lawyer, I would have to be a doctor, but there are other factors that hinder them on the way. We can look at adolescents, you know, there are many things that the hurdles they face on the way. Who's there to follow them? Then the shepherdness, or being a shepherd, we are looking at being a parent in the absence of a parent. That's what my company does. Can you be a parent in the absence of a parent? In the world of commitment today, that members have a lot to see that they mitigate, to extract school fees, to extract treatment, and so on. So our purpose is to be there. Identify these hurdles that these children go through. Most people today, you'll find that some children miss classes because of a combination of factors that led them to miss certain concepts on the way. You find this child missed one definition, which would sparkle a research on how to discover new elements, new factors in the line of my profession. So you find that one day missed, who is there to recap? To call upon other members in the education system, say, no, this child can be a scientist. But these are where this child has gone wrong. So we also serve that, our way to go. But I would also love to say in front of these children that what we are today is because of the platforms we're given for the members, the generations to discover the seed in us, the heart. You have a special gift in you, but hadn't been discovered. So this platform is mainly to see that these children reveal or show, expose what their inside is all about. How is their brain growing? Are we growing in the righteous line? Are we growing in the principles of, you know, a Bible is the same as a Quran, because they all believe in principles. Teaching is all about imparting values, nurturing children. So we are different by how much time our parents have invested in us, not how much money our parents have invested in us. Investing money is wrong. It is about time and values that we need to put in these children to see that tomorrow, the corruption we are fighting, putting organizations, no. It is the person you are dealing with today that we believe that if we live in the principles of the Lord, the principles of the Bible. Because look at the scenario of the Bible. Jesus, or God, not only brought his son, he put the readings in the minds of people, whom we call today prophets. And prophets inspired the introduction of what we call the pastors and imams in the places of worship. And these have gone down to see that these biblical books reach these children only to guide. Because we are in the world of temptations that anything can lead us off. But who are you in the life of that child? Can you see yourself in the life of that child in the righteous way? That's what I would only say, that these children need our positive part to change the world. Where your energy has stopped, let the continuation be there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I am really touched by heart. That is a splendiferous motivational moment. Yes, these are the people we have been looking for when you can tell us words of motivation. And yes, I always tell these people that put God first in everything you do. Put God first. Everything you think that these people have and everything you see they have accomplished and achieved, even if they have small, they have not yet got to their dreams. You have a dream, not so? Yes. But they have put God first in everything they have done. So our next session, I think after we see the recap, I request that they show us some of what was happening previously so that we can get into the speeches of these kids and we see what they have for us today. I request that they give us the recap of the previous episodes and we see where we began from, what we progressed with, and where we are today. Then we focus on what we are heading for. Thank you very much. I remind you that we are always here live at DBS, and through Muslim channel we have the motivation of all the passions you have. If it is robotics, we have the motivation, and if it is leadership, yes, we are joined by, and the partners, there are partners already, isn't that right? Yes, Institute of Advanced Leadership, and we promise that we are going to have sessions of public speaking, and we're going to make it so massive. Yes, don't remember, and don't forget, don't forget, we are going to be reading Risale Nur. It is part of us, because Brother Razak has been reading about something, only 2 paragraphs, but all of us feel that he has said almost all of it. So with reading, you become a more sophisticated person, and yes, you can be beneficial to the world. So I request for a recap.
Nobody will stand in the way of our dreams. Most people master the obvious. You create something that wasn't there before. It's bold, it's beautiful, and it's you.
Girls out there, don't just go into getting married just because your father doesn't have enough money. Continue in school, who knows? You might be the next president of Uganda.
Give it your best, and your dreams will come to life. Success is yours. Go for your dreams, it's your turn.
Laziness is the key to poverty. It is a key to failure. All that is unpleasant. Why would you create your own suffering?
He or she who does not care about others is not a Muslim.
Any parent out there who is a Muslim, does your child pray? If not, what measure have you put for that? Because you are answerable to Allah about that.
A person in general, especially a good person, seeks to develop good relationship with others and take care of them, which makes this a way to restore the most beautiful memories and happy moments between them.
What about for the theology education? They are not studying to gain wealth from the theology knowledge.
When a person is teaching for lillah or is not teaching to gain money, that person is instead, Allah is giving him or her rewards, which is more important than this money this person gaining.
Of Public Speakers Academy, and yes, After the recap, I think you've seen what is happening. Yes, we have goals of reaching to heights, and I request that when you find a message that is not right here, we all make mistakes as human beings. I request that you just try to hit into the DM and you tell us that such and such should be rectified. And yes, we regret for all the errors, and we promise to give you the best in the upcoming sessions. Mukasa Ali, I am sure that you have something for us today. Isn't that right? Should we give you time to prepare, or you're already set?
I'm set.
Okay, I have a few questions for you. Who is the judge?
The judge is God.
Why is he God?
Because he decides the one who wins and the one who loses.
Who is your opponent?
He does not exist.
Why is it so?
Because he becomes my weak point and I need no weak point.
When is your success?
When God decides.
Why is it so?
Because all my success belongs to him.
Good, then you can begin.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My name is Ali Mukasa Abdul Rafai, son of Mr. Mukasa Abdul Nasser. And today I've come to talk about climate change. There is a saying that climate change is the greatest threat in our short history of this planet. Nobody is going to buy their way out of its effects. But as for now, greed and love of money and getting ranks is the major cause of all these conditions that are worsening the climate of the world. Guy MacPherson said, and I quote, "If you really think that the environment is less important than the economy, try holding your breath while you count your money." What is the urgent need that makes us to destroy forests in order to construct industries and factories? Maybe when people talk about climate change, then we might not understand it. And yes, you might think it is only about industrial activities. But climate change includes both global warming and its impacts on Earth's weather patterns. There have been previous periods of climate change, but the current changes are distinctly more rapid, and they are not due to natural causes. Instead, they are caused by emission of greenhouse gases, mostly carbon dioxide and methane. Burning fossil fuels for energy production creates most of these emissions. Certain agricultural practices, industrial processes, and forest loss are additional sources. So you can see that also farmers are a cause of this danger. Now, who is to be blamed? Is it we, the children, who innocently believe that buying a car is being rich? And we set goals of being engineers to construct industries and factories which are spearhead to contemporary climate change. Who is to be blamed? Greed, ego, sovereignty make countries waste the earth by focusing on making weapons which pollute the earth. But ask them, who are they fighting against and why? The answer is most likely to be need of power, being feared, domination, and wanting ranks. But yet, they destroy what will act as home for their kids and grandkids. Environmental damage caused by war can last for centuries. According to studies, soils near Ypres in Belgium still contain more than 2,000 metric tons of copper after the World War I. After the first 2 weeks of hostilities, air probes in Kiev showed pollutant concentrations 27 higher than normal. Explosions distracted armored vehicles. Burning and spilled fuel pollute air, water, and soils. Explosions of every bomb releases particles of heavy metals, nitrous oxide, hydrogen cyanide, and toxic organic compounds. These pollutants are spread by wind and underground waters. That's why the hazardous ecological impact of war will directly affect Russia and Europe. The explosives release chemicals that are oxidized on air and may cause acidic rains. They can burn vegetation and respiratory organs of mammals, including human beings. So how long is this effect going to last? Now, the effects of climate change are much negative. Due to climate change, deserts are expanding, heat waves and wildfires are becoming more common, like the recent wildfire in UK. But it had taken 25 years without any wildfire. Could this really be a coincidence? Higher temperatures are also causing more intense storms. Drought, for example. According to data from the Aqueduct Project at the World Resources Institute, 2 European countries, Moldova and Ukraine, have the highest risk of drought globally. Research shows this is all us causing this. The world and its nature was given to us as a gift, but we have decided to destroy it just like that. But the Arabs say, you only understand the value of a gift after losing it. But what shall we tell the coming generations? Will sorry be justifiable enough? Will sorry treat their cancers? According to research, many of these impacts are already being felt at the 1.2 degrees Celsius and 2.2 degrees Fahrenheit level of warming. Additional warming will increase this impact and may trigger tipping points such as the melting of the Greenland ice sheets. Under the 2015 Paris Agreement, nations collectively agreed to keep warming well under 2.7 degrees Celsius, 4.9 degrees Fahrenheit by the end of the century. But all those agreements and the rest are just lies. We take too long to work on them, and we still use them to get money. Why are we so selfish to this point? But yes, we can still do something. AI tech will do nothing about this. We are not so dense as human beings to need the help of artificial intelligence. We just need to be considerate and reduce our greed, for it will leave us all crippled. in those ashes of our endless innovations. All these policies, signed at the 2015 Paris Agreement of keeping fossil fuels in the ground, invest in renewable energy, switch to sustainable transport, etc. All those and the rest will be of no use if we lose the sense of humanity and having a big picture. I therefore conclude by saying this is a collective responsibility that should be adopted by all of us in this global village, just like how we have done to eradicate polio world over through Rotary. My name is Ali Mukasa Abdul. Assalamu alaikum. I'm from Chibuli Demonstration Primary 5 class, a member of Public Speakers Academy. I did this for God and my country.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You can have a seat, brother, because that has been much of research, and when you make research, I cannot add anything because you are saying according to research, so I cannot add anything onto research. Straight away, I would request Brother Emery and his team to say something.
I will send also to other friends of us, so they can also watch the speech. And we leave this book to winner. Will get this book as our gift. So you can, after the competition, you can give it to winner. And also Brother Rizal brought a Turkish delight. So we can serve it now for a sweet. So when we give a break, so we can serve them so they can taste. Yeah, now. So
give them now.
when we have a break. So inshallah, let's meet in the next section. And also, we would like to do this public speaker event in our school when it's open. So we can find the dates and we can keep our promises, inshallah.
Inshallah.
This is a famous dessert from Turkey.
Thank you very much again. Thank you to the wonderful speeches and the kids, and you give us hope for the future, not only for the Muslims but for entire world. And this is the age of information, no? And information technology, and we are in a time where it is not anymore a time of despotism or a time of dictatorship, but it's a time for us to, as human beings, it's a time of dialogue, it's a time of proving whatever you believe, if you can prove it with evidences. As human being, that will bring peace, understanding, love, tolerance to the world. And that is what we needed today, and that is what I see in the eyes of these children. So with all, thank you, and may Allah bless you. May Allah make you successful. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prolong those life of those kids, and may they bring the goodness to the world, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you very much. A warm hand clap for our visitors. Thank you very much. So, who is serving the? I pick one. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, right. Do you want to eat? It's not poison. Try eating. Me, I'm already enjoying.
All the way coming from Turkey. It was one of the movies. I forgot the name of the movie, but it was captured. This Turkish delight. It's famous all over the world. I will leave it here. Yeah, sure.
Okay, who is next? But I don't want people to take much time there, and don't be so fast. We want to conclude and we go home, right? Okay. So next on stage, you can move to stage. Back to our live show, and this is the 5th session. This is the 5th episode. Yeah, we are trying to showcase these kids, and yeah, we say that here at .NET Hub, located at along Salama Road, Kabuma Stage, near Chirudu Hospital. When you have the passion, we have the motivation. Previously, we had a couple of speeches from the young kids, and today's theme, we are going to talk about the biggest problem that humanity is facing, and yeah, that is greed. We are not facing any other challenges, and all the challenges we see that are taking us as human beings are coming from greed. And yes, on stage we have Mr. Hisham Chiberu, who has something for us within a few minutes. I request that you tell us, what do you think about greed from your speech?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, may his peace and blessings be upon the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As the leader of the team, allow me to discuss the issue of the dangers of greed to humanity at a religious standpoint. One of the most famous philosophers in the history of philosophy, Socrates, said, "Are you not ashamed of caring so much for the making of money, fame, and prestige, when you neither think nor care about wisdom, truth, and the improvement of your soul?" That's a question I also would like to ask. There are 6 reasons that a person does anything: love, faith, greed, boredom, fear, and revenge. What pushes you to do all those things that you do? If it's love, then you are blind. If it's faith, then you are blessed to serve the Lord, who will pay you for your great services. If it's greed, then you are the terrible Ugandan who believes in "for God and my stomach." If it's boredom, then you need to be serious. If it's fear, then you must know that fear is failure. If it's revenge, then you are misguided. The point is, there is no feasible excuse for what we have done for ourselves. We have put profits before people, money before morality, dividends before decency, fantasism before fairness, and our own trivial comforts before the unspeakable agonies of others. I do not see how it is possible for a man to die worth $50 million or $10 million in a city full of want, when he meets almost every day the withered hand of beggary and the white lips of famine. How a man can withstand all that and hold in the clutch of his greed $20 or $30 million is past my comprehension. That is total greed. Help and expect nothing in return. God has your reward. Let's never lose humanity. Greed is not a financial issue. It's a heart issue. Ask yourself a question. Where do the evils like corruption arise from? It comes from the never-ending greed. The fight for corruption-free ethical society will have to be fought against this greed and replace it with, what can I give? There is no calamity greater than lavish desire. There is no greater guilt than discontentment, and there is no greater disaster than greed. Imam Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, said, greed takes our wisdom from the hearts of knowledgeable men. And in the books of Bukhari and Muslim, it is documented that the Prophet ﷺ said, a son of Adam becomes old, but two things in him become young. That is, greed for life and greed for wealth. The remedy or solution for greed have three components: patience, knowledge, and action. And these three are to be acquired through 5 things. The first thing, one should deal with one's livelihood and financial needs economically and be contented with any available food, drink, clothing, and many others. Then 2, if one is provided with sufficient livelihood, one should not worry about the future. Rather, one should be certain that one's provision will come to one as God has predestined. 3, one should be aware of the meaning of independence, which is apparent in being content. And one should be aware of the meaning of humiliation, which is apparent in avarice and greed. 4, one should contemplate about the life of ease that the disbelievers and foolish enjoy, and meditate on the conditions of the prophets and righteous people and how content and patient they were. This will encourage one to be content with one's provision, no matter how little it is. And finally, one should understand the dangerous effects of collecting wealth and think over the good rewards that the patient people and poor receive. One is also recommended to look at those who are poorer than oneself. The Prophet ﷺ said, look at those who are below you and not look at those who are above you. For this is more becoming that you do not despise God's favor upon you. I conclude by saying, greed for money and more broadly, greed for loving and wanting can turn into jealous and envy and can also cause and distress. So kill the greed and kill the stress. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam. Thank you very much, Chiveru Hisham, for that outstanding speech. We thank you for all those words, and I've really got something from it. When I have greed, I'll get stress, and stress will only kill me. Thank you very much, Mr. Hisham. You can have a seat. Next on stage, we are going to have Nana. And yeah, you're going to say a speech in the shortest time possible as a public speaker, right? Yes. You can begin whenever you feel fine with beginning.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My name is Mirembe Sherina. I am happy to be part of this gathering. Allow me to say something about sacrifice. Imam Ghazali said, to get what you love, you must first be patient with what you hate. To get true felicitation, you have to pray. Yes, we all pray, because it is a commandment from God, the Most High. You wake up early in the morning when it's so cold just to please Allah. Even at school, they tell us to get what you want, you must sacrifice time. Quit doing what you love and toil with what is needed. Sweat, suffer, and let the results make you a happy person. Sacrifice is defined as an act of giving up something loved or valued to obtain something more valuable or worthy. We are given the blessing and opportunity to make a wonderful life for ourselves. And yet we are not prepared to make sacrifices in order to achieve a better life. Achieving our goals isn't a given. We need to work hard and commit ourselves wholeheartedly and exercise lots of patience. There are no excuses as why we should not make numerous sacrifices right now, so we can create a future we desire and accomplish our goals. The real reason behind why you are not committing yourself to working on achieving your goals isn't because lack of time. It is because you are living in fear or doubt in your ability to achieve your goals, or you basically could not be bothered taking action, or you are not willing to make sacrifices, or perhaps all in the above. Do not be changed by these new advertisements and innovations that are coming up and will always come up. You found them and you will leave them behind. Just focus on pleasing the Lord. All those that disobeyed him in the past are now no more. However beautiful, powerful, rich they are, they died and now don't be lied to. That's why I conclude by saying, Imam Ghazali said, and I quote, "Remember your contemporaries who have passed away and they were your age. Remember the honors and fame they earned, the high posts they held, and the beautiful bodies they possessed. Today, all of them are turned into ruins. No sign of them is left today. They lie in dark holes underneath the earth. Picture your faces before mind's eye and ponder. Always and forever, know that the only purpose of creation is backed into a clearly evidence is to please the Creator, God, the Most High. It's where felicitation is. Thank you for listening.
Okay, still live at .NET Hub here, DBS, Pro Muslim channel. Thank you, our sister Nana. She was trying to enunciate something about sacrifice. And yes, sacrifice is the key point to everything you want to do. You sacrifice time, you sacrifice money, you sacrifice everything. And she talked about sacrificing what you love and you go for what you need. Yes, we always have to go for what we need. Thank you very much, Sister Nana. So on stage, we have the main man, Imran. I think you're ready for the speech. And yes, within a few minutes, I think you will give us something we deserve to hear and we are waiting to hear, right? So, and I always remind people that whenever we are going to speak here, you first of all kill the anxiety, because anxiety, you see now today Ali has been perfect, like really perfect with all the research. He has been also talking about greed. So this is training, and we are training kids. Today I'm very happy with Ali. People who have been following the sessions, last time Ali was eaten by anxiety, and now today he's doing it perfect. Last time, I think Ali, you remember, you also saw your video. As ladies and gentlemen, these are just lessons, and we are just training, and this is how we do it. Yeah, you warm up, like how you're seeing him warming up. He's warming up. Yeah? This is the academy, the Public Speakers Academy. And very soon, we are going for the auditions. But I'm just excited. Last time Ali told me when we met with him in a short training session, he said, I saw my video and I saw somewhere some mistakes. And that is why we record these videos, so that when you go back, you see I made a scam of myself here. Thank you very much for that. So Imran, yes, we are with you now. Give us what you have for us today.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
My name is Rubama Imran, and I am a member of Public Speakers Academy. Powered by .NET Hub through Muslim Channel, located at Kawuma Stage along Salama Road near Chirudu Hospital. So today, allow me begin with a question. Why do we fight? Yes, I mean as human beings. If it is greed, it will only worsen the situation, as no one dies with what they collect. But the hate you live in the hearts of those you live when you die, which will be paid for by your innocent children, wives, and relatives. Ask yourself, according to what I do secretly, do I have the moral authority to complain about corruption and justice? Mahatma Gandhi said, and I quote, "Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but not every man's greed." Successful people are always looking for opportunities to help others, but unsuccessful people are always asking, what's in for me? Funira muwa. Imam Ghazali said, declare your jihad, your fight against 13 enemies you cannot see. Egoism, arrogance, conceit, selfishness, greed, lust, intolerance, anger, lying, cheating, gossiping, and slandering. If you can master and destroy them, then you will be ready to fight the enemy you can see. God bless us, and God bless Uganda. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Imran, for that speech. Yes, it has been a moment of silence still. You have heard, these are just training sessions, and yes, he said that don't take anything in a hard feeling, because it is just, I don't want to add this, it is just a speech, and yes, I think it does not, do you have any negative meaning in the speech, or it is only positive? It is positive, so what to our wise is enough. Thank you very much. So finally, we are going to have our shekat here in the team from Somalia. We have Mariam, and she has something to say, and yes, after that, we are going to wrap up our session for today. Thank you very much for being good listeners, good viewers, and good subscribers. And don't forget to share the link, and yes, we are going to be making short videos for each one of your best speakers, and we shall be distributing them, because some people were saying, just like now, Jasper was saying that we need short videos of these people. Some of us, we don't have data. But people are enjoying the speeches of these kids, and yeah, we shall be doing that, inshallah. Thanks for the comments. But we are going to also make a video that is having the best of all. And yes, We make the best of Mukasa Ali, the best of Imran, the best of Mariam, and the best of everyone here, inshallah. So, Mariam, you're back again. Eh? Last time you faced a problem still with anxiety, not so? But I think today it is fine, not so? Okay, give us what you have for us today.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Mariam Ali Said, and I am a member of Islamic Public Speakers Academy. Today I'm going to talk about greed. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to say something at this moment. Many people believe that the biggest problems in this world right now are poverty, religious conflicts, and even global warming. Well, it's not. The biggest problem people face today is greed. When people use the word greed, they automatically think of money. It can be defined as an intense, selfish desire for wealth or positions. But what does it truly mean? Greed is when we want more of anything, usually more than what is needed. It means unneeded excess, especially for wealth, fame, power, food, love, or material possessions. So, how can we learn to be satisfied and contented with our life and not succumb to greed? Here's the trick to greed. It's as necessary as contentment is to us. Without greed, there will be no contentment. Without the ignorance of greed, there will be no wisdom of contentment. We'll gain wisdom, learn, and grow from greed. But the problem with greed is very few people are capable of growing out of it. It's like an addiction. It doesn't matter what greed it is. It can be greed in delicious food, gluttony, greed in pleasure of the flesh, lust, or greed in worldly materials, or even greed in experiences, wanting to travel and see new things. These are all greed in our daily lives. It's not bad to be rich in Islam, as it's not bad for a boat to be on water. But the danger comes when the water enters the boat. So our existence in dunya is not bad, and our seeking of sustainability is not bad. But the problem is when the dunya is in your heart. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, ليس الغنى عن كثرة الأموال ولكن الغنى غنى النفس. He says that richness is not all about having a lot of money, but the true richness is the richness of the heart. Life should not really be about how much money we have, but rather how many people we serve. Because the greater you are giving, the greater you are living. Giving does not devalue your worth, and the Prophet said, charity does not decrease wealth. Remember, we are here to enrich the world. Remember, I'm repeating it, we are here to enrich the world. And if we ever forget that, we impoverish ourselves. He who is not content with what he has will not be content with what he would like to have. Always remember that. Selfishness and greed are the individual or national causes of our problems. So, briefly, how can we stop all this greed? There actually is a way. Now, imagine, today is your final day on earth. Today is your last day on earth. Your life ends tomorrow. You only have 24 hours left to live as a human. Be honest, will you be greedy?
if you knew your end is near. Greed stems from an expectation that tomorrow will still come and we still have time to gain more. But when that expectation is gone, greed is no more. Be honest, most people on their deathbed don't really want much. They just finish their final days indulging in the simplest pleasures like spending time with your family, enjoying your last meals, gazing at the farthest horizon at the beach. Have you ever met a person who still craves for more money, females, or material possessions or experiences when he is near his deathbed? No. Death humbles us all. It's a wake-up call. It reminds us that nothing in life is permanent. Finally, the difference between greed and ambition is a greedy person desires things he hasn't prepared to work for. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am really happy to hear such words. I have been waiting for this. By the way, these members, they motivate me. It is just a reward to me if I listen to their words and I just feel I am the one speaking. I see myself in them because maybe for them they have got a platform. For us, we don't get. So I see myself speaking those words they are speaking and I say, well, yeah, I'm so happy and I'm proud of all of you. I'm very proud of all of you. Sometimes we may not show that we are proud of you, but trust me, we are very proud of you. And kids there, your parents love you and they are proud of you. Because if they did not love you and weren't proud of you, they wouldn't have helped you grow to that level. Because there are people who throw them kids to the toilet and to the kasasiro and where they want to throw them. But if your parent has invested all the time and money in you, I want you to know that they love you. If you have a passion, anything you want to do, talk to your parent, then your parent will give you a way forward. So in a quick, let us look at also this.
The best reward for all those in paradise is that they shall see the Creator with their naked eyes. They shall sight Him as the way they sight the moon, and they shall talk to Him at no cost. MashaAllah, Allahu Akbar.
How one should be best prepared for this day, and I think it was the essence of the speech, right?
Jannah, it is a place full of joy. It is a place full of peace, harmony, and there is extreme leisure and comfort.
Tell us, how best prepared can we be for this day?
Brothers and sisters, on this, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam added on saying that God prepared for the righteous servants what no eye has seen and what no ear has heard. That was narrated by Imam Bukhari.
I request that the judge should look into her speech. May I just wanted to hear.
Can I say something?
You are free to say something.
I believe that we can have a reform by strengthening, that was what I said, by strengthening between man and the Creator, that is Ibadah, by practicing the 5 pillars of Islam and then the articles of faith.
Muslims are found in the taxi park. Muslims are found in the butcheries. Muslims are the ones who do the unskilled labor. Most of our brothers and sisters out there who are not in the Islamic faith, they have been able to open up such. But for us, the Muslims, they take us as inferiors. They take us as people who cannot stand and address issues in the public.
You know, through education, I was able to learn about the light in Islam. That's why a man once known as Tamari Eric is now known as Tamari Farouk.
An Islamic scholar said, in the names of Hassan al-Basri, Naharuka dhayfu. Indeed, if you look at the daytime, is your vista. فَأَحْسِنْ إِلَيْهِ. So you try to perfect this day.
People keep insisting that Islam keeps abolishing each and everything that comes across them.
Why is Islam being blamed for human character? Islam as a religion can never kill anyone. It can never bomb anyone. Islam can never stand up to attack or bomb any place.
We don't all go to school in order to fulfill our dreams. I may have a dream of being a doctor in future, but I had never stepped in school, but I will make it. The man had stopped in the door of P3, but now he owns a hospital.
We fear to leave our comfort zones
yet we feel that our comfort zones are no longer comfortable, but we still refuse to change.
If I have a parent, then he or she happens to have a bad habit, how can I help my parent to change? How can I change my parent?
Omuto akubira omukulu engoma nazina. So I can sit my parent down and talk to them.
I'm telling you, you and you, whoever wants to be respected must in return offer respect to others.
Students do not want what they are making them do. They don't want. My advice to all people, I want things. And when you want something, you make it done.
Even if I didn't do it in school, my heart is at rest to see that I brought a group of people to come and show their oratory power. Thank you, guys.
I declare Kawesi Shamsa the winner of the competitions today.
Well, whenever I look at that, I keep on remembering, and I cannot just stop looking at them. I said those are my motivations. But let me put this clear to you. You see that we are focusing much on Islam, but it's not that we are working only in the Islamic faith. But basically, we saw some gap in the Islamic faith, basically, with how they enunciate words. If it is not attacking, they are only in Uganda. And then we said, let us first of all bridging that gap of Muslims and connecting them to the secular world. But we are open to all faith, we are open. And yes, next time you'll see people here, brothers from Christianity, brothers from Catholics, and yes, for as long as we are hitting the major objective, that is to create eloquent public speakers that are going to be beneficial to tomorrow. And yes, the leaders that are going to give us moments of hope, and they're going to motivate us. Thank you very much. Next is, I actually have a message for you. These kids need time. There is a difference between being a father or mother and being a parent. Parenting is something very, very broad. When you sit down to analyze the issue in parenting, it is very broad. Brothers and sisters that have kids and you have made it somehow in life, you see, taking a kid to an expensive school does not mean they're getting quality education or morals. Because yes, we have seen kids from big schools and their fathers have money, their mothers have it all, but a kid is selling drugs in school. Then you ask yourself, what is this kid looking for that the parents cannot give to this kid? So you parent your kid. Giving your child easy times creates hard time for your kid in the future. Because the kid will not be used to hard times, and that is why I was reading one of the presidents of Dubai. The founders actually said that, for us, you used to move on foot in Dubai and on camels, but these hard times created strong men, and strong men created easy times. And easy times are going to create hard time for the future generation. But right now, we can kill that all and say, let us give our children what they deserve to get, not what they want to get. There's a difference between a want and a need. So ask yourself, do you need your child to prosper in future, or you want them to have comfort now? Thank you very much for being good subscribers, watchers, listeners, and viewers. Thank you for liking. Till next time, ta-ta.